All right, let's get right into it. Today we're doing a technical breakdown of a really significant paper from ByteDance's MedXIAOHE medical AI team called MedXIAOHE. And this isn't just a minor update. What they've laid out is basically a full recipe for building a top-tier multimodal medical model. So let's unpack exactly what they did to set this new benchmark in medical AI.
So where do we start? Well, let's just cut straight to the chase and look at the headline result, the model's performance. Because honestly, it's pretty remarkable. And this is the big picture. When you average its performance across more than 30 different medical benchmarks, MedXIAOHE doesn't just hang with the big names in the field, it actually sets a new state of the art. The number you're looking at is a 68.55. Now, to give you some context, that puts it ahead of major players like Google's Gemini 3.0 Pro, which scored a 66.11, and OpenAI's GPT 5.2 Thinking at 63.82. We're not talking about a tiny edge here. This is a really significant jump in overall medical AI capability.
So the obvious question is, how on earth did they pull this off? Let's start peeling back the layers, beginning with the model's fundamental architecture. The first thing to know is that they didn't reinvent the wheel here. They built this on top of a proven vision language architecture. What that means is you've got a specialized vision component to see and interpret images, and a powerful language model to understand and process text. The really clever part, though, is how it handles images. It can process things like X-rays and CT scans at their full native resolution, and then seamlessly weave that visual information together with text almost exactly like a clinician would. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of their entire approach. The researchers are basically saying that the real breakthrough didn't come from some radical new model design. Instead, they put all their focus into three other areas: the quality of their medical data, making sure they covered rare, long-tail diseases, and a really smart post-training alignment strategy. Okay, so if it's all about the data and knowledge, that leads us directly to the model's biggest innovation, what they call an entity-aware framework that's designed for continual pre-training. At the core of this whole system is something called the medical entity tree, or MET. The best way to think about it is like a massive, highly structured digital map of all medical knowledge. They painstakingly built this thing from open source literature to organize all their training data, and, this is the critical part, to specifically fill in the knowledge gaps for those rare conditions that most models struggle with. And of course, they didn't just build this map and assume it was good. They rigorously tested it. This table shows you just how comprehensive their MET is. The key metric to look at is forward coverage. That number basically asks, if we take another big medical database, what percentage of its concepts are already in our MET? And the answer, with scores consistently hitting above 95%, well, it's nearly all of them. This is the proof that their knowledge base is incredibly complete. It's how they systematically solved that long-tail problem of understanding and diagnosing rare diseases. So having a massive knowledge base is one piece of the puzzle, but teaching a model to actually reason like a medical expert, that's a whole different challenge. So let's look at the multi-stage training pipeline they designed to do exactly that. Their training process is this methodical, four-stage journey. It's designed to take the model from just being a knowledgeable student to becoming a true reasoning expert. It kicks off with that continual pre-training using the medical entity tree, and then it moves through these increasingly specialized stages to build and sharpen its clinical skills. Each step has a very specific job to do. The mid-training stage is really where the model learns how to think. The whole point is to shift its ability from just spitting back facts to actually performing complex, multi-step clinical reasoning. It's all about preparing it for the kind of diagnostic puzzles a doctor faces every day. Next up is supervised fine-tuning, or SFT, and this is where they get really picky about the data. They only use their absolute best, most curated data sets here. The entire focus is on precision, making sure the model follows clinical instructions to the letter and performs reliably across a huge range of medical tasks. And finally, we get to reinforcement learning. You can think of this as the final sharpening and polishing stage. It's a custom curriculum designed to push the model's reasoning on the absolute hardest clinical cases, all while aligning it for safety and reliability, which is obviously crucial for any real-world use.
Okay, so we've seen the architecture, the massive knowledge base, and this intense multi-stage training pipeline. Now let's circle all the way back to those performance benchmarks and see exactly how this comprehensive recipe translates into specific capabilities.
Right. As we saw at the start, this whole process doesn't just produce a high overall score. The model actually achieves state-of-the-art performance across 6 different key areas, everything from visual diagnosis to medical text comprehension.
So let's take visual diagnosis as an example. On the public benchmarks, MedXIAOHE scores an incredible 80.71. That's a massive lead over its competitors in the core task of interpreting visual medical data. And that visual proficiency isn't just in one area. It extends across a whole range of medical imaging types. This score, 70.67, is a direct payoff from that powerful vision encoder and the native resolution multimodal training we talked about earlier. And then you see this chart for medical text processing, and it's a blowout. Scoring an 83.19 here shows this profound ability to understand clinical notes, research papers, and patient records. You can draw a straight line from this result back to that meticulous entity-aware pre-training. So, the MedXIAOHE paper gives us this incredibly powerful and effective recipe. It's a huge step forward, for sure, but it also forces us to ask a really tough question that the whole field is grappling with. As these models get this good, what is the actual final blueprint for making sure they're safe, reliable, and truly ready for deployment in a real-world clinic?